So when the so-called white man get taken down, the whole earth gonna be at rest, man. Because there's something called a land Sabbath in the scriptures. But the devil don't abide by that law, right? On the 7th year, you gotta let the land rest, man. You can't be sowing and reaping. Okay? But Esau don't abide by that. He dig up all the oil, dig up all the gold, you know, and he don't give the land no rest. Con. Verse 7. Verse 8, Salakia. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Right? So even the trees gonna rejoice, man. Right? The trees are the men, and the trees are the actual trees. Right? Since the so-called white man has been laid down, no fella has come upon us. Right? And the fella is a man who chopped down trees, man. So who the number one person doing that, man? Esau. Look at this downtown area. This was trees, man, and jungle. But see, the so-called white man, no, I'm gonna put concrete. I'm gonna put up flag poles. I'm gonna set up my 5G towers. I'm gonna build these buildings to the heights of heaven. Okay. Verse 9. Yea, Salakia, hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. Man, look, all the nations going to rise up against you, devil, and you're going to be persecuted and none hindereth.
The book of Revelation, chapter 11 and 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come in the time, in the time of the dead, that they shall be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophet, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and destroyest them which destroyeth the earth.
Right. Who's known for having the most amount of nuclear power plants? They have something else called oil refineries, right? All up in the sea. You just had BP less than a decade ago. They spilled all that damn oil on the fishes. Look, man, that's done. They're done, man. They're done for that. Look. You think? Oh, man.
Yeah, Salakia, I remember in elementary school they was teaching us about that, man. But they ain't teach you that the so-called devil did it, man. The so-called white man did it. They ain't say, look, this devil, he put the oil in the sea, he polluted the penguins, and he did all this wickedness, man.
And you know what I hate? I hate seeing Jake saying the human race, we're messing up. Look, man, we didn't do nothing. No Jakes own those oil refineries. Jake don't own salt mines. Are you kidding me? Jake don't pollute the ocean and the atmosphere and the ozone layer and the stratosphere. We don't do none of that. Stop saying we. The human race did that. Esau, the damn devil, did that.
Right.
And then Esau, you the biggest hypocrite because you got something called Earth Day, man. You got something called Earth Day. Look, you want to know the solution to Earth Day? Take out the so-called white man. Bring them down, man. That's the solution to Earth Day, right?
They don't even know what that means. They doing Earth Day. Look, man, if you doing Earth Day, make it a land Sabbath. But guess what they do on Earth Day? Plant hella trees. I mean, look, man, good intentions, but low. No, you screwing up. You can't do nothing right.
Yeah, the Elder Lahab back in the old One West school in the 90s, man. He asked the so-called white man, what's the solution to Earth Day? He talking about some Earth Day is just Earth Day. You gotta be the dumbest Edomite, man. You the solution to Earth Day. Take you out, man. Every so-called white man, you need to go to the police station and just ask to get locked up, man. That's what you need to do. Because you the biggest criminals on the earth, man. You standing on the stolen land, right? You an accessory to murder. You damn devils. That's the solution to Earth Day. Take out the so-called white man. Put him down. Okay?
So this is why we upset. This is why we live it. This is why so many psalms saying, look, Lord, hearken unto us. Listen. You bring it up.
Just the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, right? Who whet their tongues like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Right, and in Congress, and in them senates,
You know, when they make laws, that's them wetting their tongue and their bows, performing all types of wickedness and witchcraft. Y'all sisters got a minute?
No, sir. We got our work tired.
Are you Israelite? We tired.
Right? And read that again.
Who wet their tongues like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
Right, and that's the so-called white man. He speak with a what? A forked tongue, man. All right? He commit nothing but abominable, wicked acts. All these politicians, don't let them fool you, man. Barry Sanders and Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, right? All these damn devils, man. You think they love you? You think they for your cause, and that's a good white man. No, you a damn devil, man. We don't vote. We don't go to them voting booths and make that a thing, man. Right? We never voted and we never will. Period. If you don't like it, so damn what, man? Come hear the scripture.
Psalms 52 and 2.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 52, verse 2. Thy tongue devises mischief, like a sharp razor working deceitfully.
He works deceitfully all day. Esau with white Nike shoes, that's him. He's working deceitfully all day.
Hey, y'all going to sleep?
Yeah. You.
Y'all dirty devils.
What type of shoes you got? Yeah, Sperry's too.
Y'all
You
going
gotta
to
go.
sleep?
You gotta go.
Shut the hell up.
Right?
Hey, man, we're going to get disrespectful with you devils, man.
Get Lamentations 4:17. Whole Psalms
They say, hold
64.
on, you got to respect them, brother. You got these cats talking about, well, Esau our aggressor. We got to be better example as y'all's people. Look, we is being a good example, man. Getting on these devils.
Yeah, 4:17.
We putting out the scum of the earth, man. We the greatest humanitarians, man.
Yeah. Look, man.
Esau talking about I'm a humanitarian. Look, no, you not, man. You a devil.
You a 4:17.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet faileth for our vain help, and our watching we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
Right, only the elect can perceive that and really fathom that, because we realize this place can't do a damn thing for us.
Right.
America can't do nothing for us, man. But then you have the 2/3 that say, you know, maybe it can. You know, I was speaking to this one other Israelite. You know, she didn't really know about the truth, but you know, just know she was an Israelite. She was from the tribe of Judah. She said, well, you know, you got a lot of new people coming in the office. You know, you got a lot of people of color. Maybe they can make some change. I said, look. I said, well, wait a minute. You had that man, Thurgood Marshall, one of the Supreme Court judges. This man tried for decades. Ain't shit changed.
Yeah.
And I brought that up, and she was like, well, you know nothing, man. You literally know nothing. Because if you knew something, you'll put your mind in the scriptures, man. Right? The same white people, look, you white people's devils.
That's right.
Y'all going to sleep?
And everyone that wear Nike shoes.
Right? With bubble coats. All right? So there you have it, man. And stop looking for these politicians and political leaders to help you, man. Israelites, stop voting, man. What's the point of that? Give me that on voting right quick. Give me. Con, that's the spirit.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren. No, Esau. One from among thy brethren. Donald Trump. One from among thy brethren. Kanye West. One from among thy brethren. Shall thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. And you know, that's how simple and retarded Salakia Jake is. They said, well, maybe we should set the heathen over me. The ones that are filthy. The ones that don't know nothing. Let's set them over us. Let them be our king. You know? And that's what they were saying in the scriptures. We have no God but Caesar. We have no king but Caesar. So ain't nothing new under the sun. You still got Jake, Republicans, saying, look, ain't no president like mine.
And Jake, you so delusional, man. You rappers and you celebrities so delusional, right? You actually think that you can be a president, man. You got certain rappers talking about, yeah, if I was the president, I'd do this, I'd do that. Right, Waka Flocka, damn, Young Thug, Kanye West. We see you dirty interviews, man. Talking about, if I was the president, I'd make this happen. What are you talking about, man? That's just delusion. You're not going to be the president. First of all, it's a bloodline, man. Okay, and first of all, you got to be with the wicked elites and their agenda.
Illuminati.
Yeah, because ultimately the Rothschilds run this place, man. This is actually a dictatorship. But they set up the delusion of democracy, man.
That's where that beast come in like a lamb.
Yeah.
All docile and innocent, but having two horns. You go back to yours.
Verse 4. Lucky, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 4. That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
Right? They don't fear nothing. Because go to Psalm 79 and 10. We're going to bring it out again. Right? Esau don't fear nobody. Esau, they seeing Jake go through it, and they saying, well, I guess there's no God. So if there's no God, then that means there's no judgment or punishment. You have the same Edomites today thinking that.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 79, verse 10. Wherefore should the heathen say, where is their God?
Right, where is their God? We see Jake, they walking around in the cities, in the suburbs, all homeless, looking like bums. Are these the children of perfection?
Let him be known among the heathen in our sight by the revenging of the blood of thy servants, which is shed.
And surely the Most High will be known amongst them, and not in a pleasant way.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 5. They encourage themselves in the evil matters. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
Look, man, if that's not Esau, I don't know who is. They saying, look, ain't nobody gonna watch this. We these tall ass buildings, we'll shoot a nigger, and we'll never go to jail. That's what they doing. And that's what they do in them wicked, corrupted police stations.
Yeah.
You got the Slovakia. They do a little spin-off. All right, who's gonna shoot a nigger this month? Then they choose one officer to shoot him, and they make the officer go through the trial and say, he didn't know any better. He's a little mentally ill. He was a little scared. He was nervous. It was his first time. Look, man, they make him go through it just for him to go in jail for like a month and then get out on paid leave.
Yep. This is what happened.
And then you got, Houston got exposed for that one dude, right? They set up a Jake Sheep. He was a coon too. He said, I'm sorry about what happened. Or it's lucky, I'm thinking of another guy. But the point is, they set up these puppets and say, they'll say, we don't know him. We didn't know what happened. We thought he was a good guy. We're kind of sorry for this. Look, you know what happened.
Yeah.
You know he was a murderer. Y'all.
And right after the Amber Goya case, another Edomite ran up in the house and shot another so-called black man.
Exactly.
It literally happened about 3 weeks later, man. And then he was in the courtroom crying, weeping, right? That's why you dirty devils got to go in slavery. All you so-called white people and your babies were fades.
That's right. And thank the Most High, he made y'all come back so y'all can hear it again. Thank the Most High, right?
We hate you.
I want y'all to trip, fall, and break your neck.
That's right.
Yeah, slip.
All bad titans towards you.
I don't want you to die immediately. I want you to suffer. I want you to break your ACL.
Get hit by a car and suffer a slow pain.
Yeah. I want you to tear your ACL, mess up your tendons. I want you to go through it. I want you to have a weird type of disease, man.
Yeah, we want the one side of it plague you with a pestilence.
Yeah, we want you to get that kinky punishment.
We want you to get hit by a car, get up and get hit by another car,
Yeah.
go to the ambulance, and the ambulance get in the car crash. Right?
Yeah. Ambulance flip over and then another bus come.
Yeah.
And you still alive.
Help that ambulance out.
Yeah.
And then when that ambulance help that ambulance out, a damn fire erupt, man.
Yeah.
And then you get 3rd-degree burns.
And then you get out, and then another ambulance come, and then the tires pop. So now you just sitting there in pain.
And once you get 3rd-degree burns, your whole family leave you, man.
Yeah, because you're too ugly to look at.
Right.
He's not the same
Nobody
anymore.
wanna be around you.
Yeah.
You become an alcoholic, man.
Yeah, right. Then you start shooting needles, man.
We're all bad titans towards you, man. That's right.
Yeah. We want you to turn out like that, man.
That's right.
All praises,
All praises.
Go back to yours.
Hey, meditate terror, man.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 6. They search out iniquities They accomplished a diligent search.
The same way they searching out diligent searches on how to make us fall and transgress, the same way we wishing and hoping the same for them, right? We want an Edomite to walk by, break his kneecaps, right? We just hope his kneecaps just, what's the word, deteriorate, man.
Well, brother asked us, like, your brother asked us yesterday, there was an old white woman coming by. He said, if that white woman failed, would y'all help her up? We said, hell no, man. We'll rejoice, man. And we already had an old Edomite fall in camp. And you had everybody, y'all not going to help her up? We like, no, man. She can stay down there. She can lick our feet while she down there, man.
Straight up. She thumped her head. It was just like that. Yeah.
Head first.
She was like, you know, she got up all dizzy and disoriented. You know, I wanted to see it again.
She kind of sat down. She was down for a minute, man.
She sat
It
in
was
the
a
dust.
KO.
She sat in the dust. And you know, that angel behind her was like, she knocked out.
Right?
She did a face plant, man.
Help her up. How would we look helping her up,
Look,
man?
man, what do we look like?
They help us out for the year.
Yeah.
That's all.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 6.
Look, man, if I see an Edomite drowning, I'm gonna throw a rock at him. Man. He gonna catch a heavy boat
I'm
into
act
the
like
face.
I'm about to save him, then I'm gonna say nope.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna look at him in the eyes, man, like drown.
Yeah. You know what you gotta do? You gotta take a life, a little, what's that called? It's like a donut. Yeah, you gotta put a rope
They
around
had
it.
something like that on Facebook where they had this Edomite, not an Edomite, it was Donald Trump. They said, you seen Donald Trump drowning. And my rib actually said, she seen Donald Trump drowning. She'd throw water balloons.
Hey, man, yeah. Water on water. I wanna get what's that called? Life preserver?
Water hose on.
Yeah. I wanna get a floating tie rope to it, throw it out there, and while he's reaching for it, drag it back. Like he's fishing.
Y'all throw piranhas in it, man.
Yeah.
Cause I seen them drowning, throw piranhas in the water, man.
Get my popcorn,
Yeah, like the brothers. Say that again.
get my popcorn ready and everything.
Look, man, it's movie day. You see Edomite drowning, that's a movie. That's a live action movie.
That's a treat.
Yeah,
That's a treat.
That's a treat.
bring that out. Because we've been rude. They want to see the same thing happen to us.
That's right. They put us in, I believe.
Right, they had Jake fighting Jake. They had Jake fighting lions, man. Right, they had all type of torments and scourges up in Rome, man. Yeah, Rome persecuted the prophets, man.
Wait, on Gladiator?
It was hella martyrs in Rome.
And they did that to us during slavery too. Remember it said in the curses,
That's what it's called. Podiums, man. Podiums.
they regarded neither the young nor the old.
Yep.
They took Native Americans, they took a sword, and sliced them down the middle to see how far it can go.
Yeah, and then they put a cat.
Right, they take a pregnant woman, they cut her stomach open, take the baby out, put a cat up in it, and stitch it back together. And when the cat wake up, he get to scratching her to death, man. That's what the so-called white man did. So what you think we're gonna do to you? We're gonna meditate terror, man.
Look, man, we're gonna be thinking about some stuff here.
Picnic with your picking nigga.
Yup, picnic.
Got picnic with your picking nigga.
Yeah.
You eat while you rinse your dude.
Yeah, and they got
All in the pictures, man. All of them so-called black and white pictures, man. You got the so-called white man standing around, little Edomite smiling. Right, while a nigga hanging on the tree, man.
So like, they sold and then you eat after they sold come on, man. That's
They
sick.
sold our body parts during the picking. They sold our body parts for souvenirs.
Oh, yeah.
For gifting. You know, they cut off her knuckles and said, here, you can have a nigger knuckle.
Yeah, and you think this is over? You think this is over, man? It's still lynchings going on in Mississippi, Alabama, New York, Chicago, man. It's lynchings all over America and all over the earth. So the so-called white man, you gotta pay for all your crimes, man. You still the same goddamn devil in 2019, man. All right? Right, Donald Trump talking about in the good old days, man, where you could just beat him up and shove him. He was talking about them civil rights, the civil rights movement, man. Right, that video is off, man. You know, and you had a Eve, I forget the name of the video, but you had an Eve in the crowd, and you had a whole bunch of Edomites around her, pushing her, shoving her, spitting in her face, kicking her in the behind, and she was just cooned out, man. You know, we go look, man. Telling you,
In slavery during Exodus or Christmas, they call it Xmas though. They used to pick a slave and hang them on the tree like a ornament.
Yep. Yeah, they used to do that. And then, yeah.
And KKK used to dress like Santa Claus, right? You know. Hey, Malcolm X's father died of a KKK, man. They put him on a railroad and they ran him over with the train. Okay. And he was bold, man. You know, Malcolm X's father was bold, but he wasn't really in the truth like that, but he had the spirit on him, man. He had the KKK came to his house, was throwing fire up in his house. He came out with the strap, man. And he was shooting at him. He was like, man, a real man don't hide behind no mask, man. Straight up, man.
Yeah, that's cold, bro.
Go back to Psalm 64.
Yeah.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 6. They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Amen. Said every one of them. And, you got a few good white people. Every one of them. Go on.
Verse 7. Every one of them, so like verse 6, every one of them in the heart is deep. But God shall shoot at them with an arrow.
Hey, the Most High is going to shoot you, man. Look, the Most High said, I'm going to shoot you. Now what? You got the Lord saying, I'm going to shoot you with an arrow.
Yeah, them arrows, that's the nuclear missiles, man. The Most High gonna shoot at you with them nuclear missiles, man. You gonna have Amalekites getting burnt the hell up, right? You gonna have all so-called white people just on fire, melting before our eyes, man. Right? Because we gonna get beamed up in the chariots, man. Y'all gonna be down here getting vexed by the thermonuclear fire. We gonna laugh, man. We gonna laugh. The angels gonna laugh, man.
Continue on to verse 7. Suddenly shall they be wounded. Verse 8.
Suddenly.
Suddenly.
Wait. When is that suddenly? Hold that, go to 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3.
Bring it out.
You know?
Bring
It
it out.
says suddenly.
And that's quick, man.
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said He's gonna have a speedy riddance of Babylon, man.
A very speedy riddance.
You know?
You know? That's quick, man. Suddenly.
Yeah,
He said, I'm going to shoot you.
Yeah, we don't during September 11th, we don't bow our heads and close our eyes. We rejoice, man.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 7. Verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh.
Then sudden destruction cometh. That's that suddenly. Go back to it in Psalm 64.
It's the book of Psalm 64.
Hey, brother.
Brother, you got a minute? You want to go?
Hey!
Psalm 64. verse 6. They search out, like in verse 7, but God shall shoot at them with an arrow.
Yep.
Suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves.
Right?
All that see them shall flee away.
I want to touch on that point when the scripture say they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. So the so-called white man is exposing himself, man. You got these different white whistleblowers like Alex Jones. You got Dabu 7. Right? You got all these whistleblowers that's exposing the agenda of the elites, man. So you making your own tongue to fall upon yourself. The U.S. Navy came out and said the chariots exist. Right? They call it unidentified aerial phenomenon. Look, man, just say that the chariots.
They actually.
Yeah, they said it was a chariot. So they came out, so they exposed it.
Yeah.
So look, the Most High has put it in their spirit to do so.
That's right.
Right? They coons. Coon. You know?
Yeah.
They cooning against their own nation. Right?
The world again,
And Esau didn't have to do that, right? They didn't have to expose their secrets.
Yeah, and we don't care if you're a coon Edomite. You're still going to slavery. That's when you Israelites get tripped up. Well, what about Alex Jones? What about Dabu 7? What about Donna Stevenson? Because you got an Edomite named Donna Stevens, right? He be cleaving, he be telling us that we the real Jews and all this and that. Look, you still going to slavery, man. What you want us to do, man? We can't stop the program of the Heavenly Father. Donna Stevens.
You want to get 15 and 11? This is the book of Jeremiah chapter 15 verse 11. The Lord said, verily, it shall be well with the remnant. Verily, I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil.
Right.
That's what's going on now, right? If we're here in the valley of the shadow of death, which is on nothing but evil and wickedness, you know, you're going to have certain so-called great Edomites exposing themselves. exposing their nations. But it's really the Most High doing it. So you can go back to Psalm 64. What is it, 9 or 8?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 64, verse 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of God.
We're going to say all praises.
For they shall wisely consider his doing.
Yeah, that's what happened in Egypt, man. When the Most High raised up Pharaoh, and he had the Israelites in slavery, and the Most High plagued Egypt and brought the Israelites out of Egypt, right? You had all the nations round about. They was scared, man. Right? They was like, man, look, we can't mess with them Israelites. You know, they got a kind of power that we can't deal with, man. They splitting Red Seas, right? They bringing frogs and lice and all type of things upon our land. So that's what, hey, the other nations ain't want to mess with us, man. Hey, when the Philistines had the Ark of the Covenant, the Most High smart them with emeralds in they secret areas. So whenever you rise up against the Israelites, plagues and death happen to you, man. So what you think gonna happen to Babylon the Great? Right? They didn't been breaking men, raping our women, turning out, molesting our women and children, putting us in slavery, beating us half dead, murdering us in the street, still in 2019, indoctrinating us, giving us Christianity, Islam, Moorish American, Buddhism, all type of philosophies and religions of man. So you devils gotta go, man. And the Most High really is gonna jack you up. Go on.
It's the book of Psalms 64, verse 10. The righteous shall be glad in the Lord, and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory.
This is kind of going into Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, right? The nations, they're gonna do well, right? It's gonna be their turn to fall, and then we're gonna be rejoicing, right? And Psalms 88. Well, let's just go to Wisdom of Solomon 5. No, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 1. You know?
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God.
Like your sister, you got a minute for the Bible? 1 minute.
You're an Israelite.
There shall no torment test them.
That's right.
So you're gonna have certain people that's not going through it. And that's beautiful, right? But the point is, I want to read from verse 1 again.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God.
The souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh. Hold that, go to Matthew 25 and 32.
It's a lot. I want to make an analysis. Right? Like how it's raining outside right now. And we got the umbrellas over us, man, keeping us away from the rain. That's the same way the Most High going to protect his men from all hell that's coming on the earth.
Right.
Right? We're going to be protected from the storm, from the rain.
Right. Spiritual umbrellas.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 25, verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another.
Right? He's going to separate them one from another.
As a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
Right.
And he shall set the sheep of his right hand, but the goats on his left.
He's going to set the sheep on his right hand. Go on.
Like he put the goats on the left. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom.
Hold that. Go back to what you just read in Wisdom of Solomon.
It's the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of God.
Right. And that's beautiful. That's the sheep. That's the hopeful elect, which we hope that we're a part of too. You know? Sister, you got a minute? All right, so we out here for the elect, right? Because if you're part of the elect, you're going to be in the hands of the Most High, right? And you're going to be saved, right?
Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment. So that's plain and simple. If you keeping the commandments, you're not gonna feel no evil thing, man. Right? So when all hell break loose, when it's famines, when it's pestilence, martial law, people getting shot, women getting raped, old people getting slaughtered. Look, man, it's not gonna come nigh us, man, because we keeping the commandments and the faith in Hamashiach Yahweh Shah.
You know? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 5. Many kings have sat down upon the ground.
Is that right? Ecclesiastes 11:5.